All right, good morning, everyone. All right, let's look at Nasdaq. Okay, cool. CPI came out at 8:30. Huge candle. And I think it was almost like 1,000 ticks or something. Yeah, huge. Um, I did mark out some zones, but I'll restart since we had that big CPI candle. See what I could. Maybe I see something else. Okay, like this daily zone here. Yeah, and this daily zone I know also is this 4 hour supply zone, which we've rejected many times. We're back up here again. We were up here last week a couple times. So now we're back here again. I always like to say the more we tap into a zone, the more likely we are to break past it. But you never know. Maybe we could tap into and reject it again. But I won't know until we actually get up there. Also, I have removed alpha futures from the stream. I don't know if you guys saw it, but everyone got an email yesterday from Tradeovate Prop. And let me see if I could pull up the email. So, somewhere in the email, it says, we also reminded, so this is Tradeovate talking. They're saying, we also reminded Alpha Futures that their outstanding balance was more than 3 months past due and is currently in breach of their evaluation service agreement with Tradeovate. And then it says over the weekend, Alpha Futures chose to remove Tradeovate from its platform sections and announced plans to move all users to Alpha Trader. So I don't know. The thing with me is the outstanding balance for more than 3 months. That honestly scares me because it's like, are they in debt? If they're in debt, the payouts are not gonna get paid. And I don't know. Once you hear some shit like that with a prop firm, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. So I don't know. Maybe I'll add them back, to appear, but for now, I just feel like honestly is not that safe. I'll give them a couple months. If they're kind of back to normal in a couple months, then I think it's fine. But just hearing that they're in debt, for a couple months, that's a bit scary for a prop firm. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. It's honestly like a curveball because I feel like Alpha Futures is such a big prop firm outside of futures. Like they've been a big prop firm for a while. Alpha, what is it called? I think it's just like Alpha Prop Firm, I think. Because they have Alpha and then they have Alpha Futures. But yeah, scary times. I mean, they probably are making payouts, right? But the thing with Alpha Futures is that they have big payout caps, which, is great and all, but when you hear, they were in debt with trade over for over 3 months, then it's like, mm, that's not good at all. And for me, like I've experienced requesting a 10K payout from Fast Track Trading. It got approved and then it got denied and then I never got the money. So I've experienced that. So now every time I see some weird stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm staying away from that. But yeah, gotta be careful. Anyways, let's see what we have on NASDAQ. I mean, the main area I'm really looking at is all the way up here around this daily and 4 hour zone, mainly the 4 hour zone. We'll see if we even get up there again. CPI news, big hold candle. Yeah, that was crazy. It's actually a very big candle. I mean, it's almost 1%. Almost. See, it was a big candle, but it had zero continuation. But we'll see. We'll see how the open reacts to that. Um, okay, I was also looking at this 30-minute zone up here. This 30-minute zone is small, but we did reject this on Friday and Sunday, kind of. We gapped down from there. I also usually don't mark daily zones. It's very rare, but I do like this one. It has a nice basing candle and an aggressive move. There's also just a bunch of supply up here anyways. Which again, it's been like that for a while. About 2 weeks now. Okay, we got 8 more minutes for news. Trying to double check to see if I missed anything. Oh my, that is so funny. Crazy timing. Um, Alpha Futures just came out with a response. Oh my god, they came out with a response and a receipt. So, all right, let me finish. Let me finish charting and then I'll get into it. Nah, let me read it a little bit. Oh my god, they even posted the screenshots for it. Can I copy and paste this? Okay, we'll do it later. We'll do it later. Okay, they just said all payments have been made on time, the most recent being 1.2 million paid on July 6th, as shown with proof here in this email. That's crazy timing. I was just talking about them. Why Trade be messy? They actually have the screenshot. That's crazy. All right, let me focus. Let me focus. Then I'll get into the tea. I'm playing. All right, I'm not playing. I know I'm gonna read it. I'm like too hyped for this prop firm stuff. That's so funny though. I was just talking about them. They just came out with a response. Our response to Ninja Trader's statement. Ooh, it looks juicy too. It has screenshots and everything. They are not playing around. Okay, yeah. I don't see any more zones. So it looks like this is it. Um I know there was a couple zones that I was looking at this morning. I was looking at this 30-minute zone, which we rejected on Monday, but we ran past it on the smaller time frame, but we never actually ended up closing above it. So I was looking at that. Obviously, I'm thinking if we close above it, next stop could easily be up here. Will I take a trade off of this area? No, I'm not. Honestly, the only zone I'm really paying attention to is up here. So I do want the market to go up once it opens up. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll wait for it to go down here. This 15-minute zone. Yeah. Or even this 2 hour as well. All right. And then See, I could chart US 30, but I know I'm not going to trade it. I haven't traded it in a while. We got 5 more minutes, and I want to chat about this Alpha Futures. Let me see if I could. Oh, the photo's way too big. Hold up. Okay, this is their email. This is Alpha Futures email. Okay, what they say. Okay, last night Ninja Trader made a public statement, which I just talked about once I started the stream. Alpha raised a dispute with Ninja Trader in November 2025. Okay, that was a while ago. Believing the current invoice had led to over 2.4 million in overcharges. We were not happy with the outcome of the dispute, but settled in cash from Alpha and credits from Ninja in February 2026. An amount of 225,000 was left in limbo. No clue what that means. No, no clue what that means. Limbo during settlement. I'm not sure. After the payments were made in cash by Alpha, the understanding over the following months was that as long as invoices were paid full and on time, the partnership would continue, which we have done every month since. At this time, all conversations shifted, revolving solely around Alpha Trader and Ninja's concern about both platforms coexisting. Mm, mm. See, I'm starting to see a pattern here with Tradeovate. God, I feel like Tradeovate is. I feel like Tradeovate is a bit toxic. Okay, not toxic, but they're definitely stingy. They want to be the number one platform with all prop firms. I think that's the issue. That's what it seems like here. Cuz this sounds exactly like what happened with Top Stuff. Exactly. All payments have been made on time, the most recent being 1.2 million paid on July 6th. As shown with proof in the email, which is right here. Yo, they actually sent our receipts. This is crazy. Okay, anyways, there was no further mention of this additional outstanding balance until 30 days ago via email, to which Alpha responded asking for clarity as we believed this amount was part of the credit applied and resolved with the settlement and continued partnership. We received no reply for 25 days until the termination notice was sent to us on July 9th last week. Alpha representatives asked what the path forward was with request payment of 225,000. Ninja replied that the services would be terminated regardless of whether the payment was made and that we would not be able to create accounts on NinjaTrader. Okay. To create accounts on NinjaTrader for the next 90 days, starting July 12th, which was 2 days ago. So their termination instructions, we removed it from our site that day. To be clear, we have paid all invoices, including last month, in full at 1.2 million. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Oh, market spot open. Our termination was due to an unhealthy relationship rooted in our development of Alpha Trader. The images below show further details on invoices and proof of payments, which are all right here. And they're dated. So I'm not sure. I think it's all still a bit sketchy. I do feel better about Alpha Futures. It honestly reminds me of Top Step and Tradeovate. Ninja owns Tradeovate. Yeah, Ninja is Tradeovate basically. Damn. Yeah, it's like I won't be surprised if this happens again with another prop firm that tries to create their own platform, their own trading platform. Literally the same thing from TopStep. TopStep created their own platform. Tradeovate didn't like it. They were losing money because of it, so they left. That's what it seems like. Or maybe TopStep took them out. I'm not sure. Something happened because of the same reason. And then now it's happening again with Alpha Futures. Alpha Futures tried, they're creating their own platform, which is called like, I'm pretty sure it's called Alpha Platform. I'm not sure. Something like that. And then again, a couple months later, they leave Tradeovate or Ninja Trader. See, like I'm starting to see the pattern, but with Tradeovate, you know? Yes, it is more cheap because they own the platform. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Top Sub and Trado. I think the numbers were like they were losing like 4 million a month or something. Tradeovate was losing 4 million a month, but it's like I feel like Tradeovate has nothing to worry about because they're a good broker. I mean, who knows? Maybe they make more money out of working with prop firms. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a big business. Okay, here's market open. I mean, we haven't done much. And dang, see, I liked this 15-minute zone, but it's right at VWAP. Ugh. So we'll see. We'll see what I do here. I'm not sure. I mean, we haven't tapped any zone yet, so I'm kind of just waiting here. Which props are safe? I mean, I would say Lucid, Tradeify, and Apex. We haven't heard any negative news out of them so far. I think number one would be Tradeify, Lucid, Apex. I like Lucid though, but I also like Tradeify. If I could pick one, I'd pick Tradeify. I also feel like Tradeify is more not even features. They're just more into more ideas. More they've come up with newer things that we haven't seen before. Like the select accounts. They were the first ones to do that. They're very innovative. I would say Tradeify is very innovative, which is good. And I mean, Tradeify is also growing more as well. Now they're getting to crypto prop firms, which I don't know. I don't really mess with crypto, but a lot of people do. What else? They recently they do the what is it called? They do like this big competition, and that's really cool. They recently just made like a betting, like a sports betting funded thing. Did anyone see that? You could have like it's like prop firm like funded, but you're getting funded to sports bet. So kind of like a funded poly market basically, which is all right. See, I like the idea of sports betting, but then I also be thinking like it's rigged. That's my issue with sports betting. And also, I feel like it's kind of hard to get an edge with sports betting because you never know what could happen. But then again, I really don't know much about sports, so I don't know. I feel like if you grew up watching sports, you might be really good at it. Might be good at sports betting. There's a 4 hour right below that 15. Are you talking about this one? I hope not. For me, that's not a 4 hour because the basing candle is green. If it was red, maybe I would have counted it. I mean, but either way, if you think this is a 4 hour zone, I actually have it marked out as a 2 hour. So hey, I guess it works out. Market slow today. Why? I mean, it might be because of CPI. It was a pretty big. It was a pretty big move. And I mean, it's crazy because after a big move, you would expect it to continue. Most of the time, when there's a big move, it doesn't continue unless it has a reason to. Like this literally happened Friday, yesterday. Today's is not a Trump sweep, but it's a CPI move. I feel like today's gonna be a slow start, and then later in the day, once we actually get somewhere, it'll do a good move. I mean, but if you compare, Mhm. I mean, if you compare the opening range so far to the past couple days, it is a bit smaller. But we have a couple minutes left, so it might be too soon to judge. If this first 15-minute candle closes out bad, like, huge wicks, small bodies, then that's definitely a bad sign for like weird price action. What did US 30 do? Yeah, US 30. Oh my gosh. It doesn't even look open. US 30 looks worse than Nasdaq. What about ES? Okay, very similar to Nasdaq. We did create this 5 minute supply zone, but I feel like if I take a trade out of it, I'd need to see a good retest. For the longs, I'd want to see something like that, like a break and retest. Then I'd be thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna get up here to this 4 hour daily 30-minute supply zone. There's a bunch of supply up here, which to me is just kind of like, oh, that's like a magnet for price. But we'll see. We'll see. US 30's breaking this little range here that we had. The shorts could also come from here as well, which usually I would take shorts if we break this 1 minute wick. But damn, the stop loss would be wide if that happens. Yeah, this looks like a good short. I'm not sure I want to take it though. Honestly, I kind of want to take longs. But I mean, I'd only take longs if we get above 814. And I can't believe that Alpha Tradovate beef. Tradovate, yo, Tradovate is I don't even know the word. I don't want to say they're bad because they're really not, but man, they've eaten some stuff. You guys remember when Tradeway was posting they were posting Instagram ads about the whole beef with Top Step. You guys remember that? Like I literally got an ad for Tradeway. Watch them do it again. Watch them do it again. I wouldn't be surprised. It's so funny though how Alpha sent screenshots. Like they sent receipts, you know? I've really never seen that, in the prop firm space. What do you guys think? I'd like to hear what you guys think about this trade away alpha thing. Honestly, I'm on alpha future side, and it's just because it's the second time trade away does this with a prop firm. Like the same exact thing. And I mean Alpha Futures did send receipts, you know? I mean maybe you could fake it, but I don't think they would fake that. I was just also thinking about how big Alpha Futures is. Bro, this shit is shorting. Okay, honestly, I didn't want to see the shorts pop in, but they did. Which isn't bad. I mean, if we continue to go lower, we'd get this 15-minute zone. The only thing bad about this 15-minute zone is VWAP. So I wouldn't want to see us like do something like this, around VWAP. It's definitely lower volume though. We are moving a bit slower. What do you think about Blue Guardian accounts? I don't mess with Blue Guardian. Not yet. Not yet. I think Blue Guardian. Okay, what the heck? Wait, what? You're saying is there? Oh, here it is. Oh, a sea of the in futures. Yeah. Huh. They updated their website for sure. I don't remember it being like this. I'd have to look in their rules. I'd have to look at their payout rules. I thought Blue Guardian had like this older website. They have daily payout accounts. That looks good. I just have to look more. Oh, they have four different futures accounts. They have straight to funded accounts as well. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I really got to look at the rules. That's where you really find out what's up. So far, they look good though. Not gonna lie. I haven't heard much about Blue Guardian though. They have updated recently. Okay, yeah. So honestly, I remember it being a pretty bad website, but it looks way better now. The other website looks very outdated. This one looks good. This one looks like Cloud created it. It looks good. Okay, boom. We're at this 5 minute zone. The longs really might come in. Okay, okay. Or we could just be retesting this and then dump. Oh yeah, that was also the first 15-minute candle, which didn't close out horrible. I mean, it does have a huge wick, but the body is decent. Wow, another short from this area. Okay. I'm gonna try shorts here. We've rejected this twice. I'm also pretty sized down, so let's see what happens. This is also range play as well. Oh, I think she sneezed. Bless you. I like where their stop loss is as well. It's right at these highs. I do think if I get stopped, the longs would continue to go up higher. But I mean, we've rejected this area twice, which is why I took the short. Yeah, honestly, this is kind of betting for a very rangy market. This is definitely the opposite of a breakout. Damn, I gotta fix this. Okay. New 5 minute candle. Okay, I was gonna say if I get stopped out, I'd want to see it close above the opening range. Then I'd go long. But if this plays out, then I'm done for the day, and that was it. I'm gonna go for 100 points, which I definitely think it could hit. So we could go down to this 15-minute demand zone. Could also go down to the opening range. I will say if this plays out, it's a very choppy market. Okay, we're back down. Let's see if we could get down to the opening range, which is at 683, 684. Okay, horrible sign. Don't like that. I will tighten up my stop to this 5 minute wick. Did not want to see that. Okay, last minute on this 5 minute candle. And it looks like it's pushing higher. Yeah. Okay, now that I got stopped out, now I actually want to see the longs come in. Um, but really I'd want to see it close above 815, which is all the way up here. This could also just be another retest of the zone and then we go back down. Honestly, that would suck if that happened. Because I timed up the stop thinking the buy was going to come in strong and then it goes back down. 1 minute is definitely choppy. I see like a triangle pattern here. I've been seeing a lot of these recently. Wow, the 5 minute time frame. It looks pretty bad, for it to be New York Open. It also looks bad for the longs to pop in. So honestly, I should have stayed in my range play, but either way, if it goes down, then we'll be at this 15-minute zone. Then I can take a trade from that. But if it goes up, then I'll take a trade from this 5 minute zone. Right now, it's moving pretty slow. It's making me tired. Let's see what happens at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. could bring in more volume. That could happen. Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay, this Trump tracker is hot. Let's see what it says here. Iraq PM greeting. What time is that at? Okay, at 11 a.m. It's the open press. The president greets the prime minister of Iraq. Ooh. Yeah, and then 11:15. So yeah, I mean, we only got like an hour to really trade here. At 11 a.m. it's gonna get I think it's gonna get more choppy unless Trump says something crazy, but mm. Okay, here we are again at this 5 minute zone. What else we got? Maybe there's more news at 10. Maybe. I don't think there is. There could be. Never mind. There's not. No 10 a.m. news. Yeah, a bunch of the news this week is at 8:30. Honestly, if I take a long, if we do end up closing above 8:13, I'd want to see more volume. Right now, the volume and the price action looks great for like a reversal, like a range play. This is a 10 a.m. candle, so let's see if this pushes us somewhere. Okay, longs. I also timed up stop loss earlier, tighter than usual, just because the selling came in aggressive and then the buying came in even more aggressively. So I didn't like that. Oh yeah, let's see if it shorts here. This could be another short entry for sure. Okay, shorts look good. Okay, well this is good. More volume definitely kicked in at 10. Could have taken a short entry here, but I didn't. The only way I'd go short is if we get a pullback, which I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. So now I'm just kind of waiting for us to tap this 15-minute zone. And then from there we'll see. We'll see if I take a longer short. Really depends on how price reacts down here. Damn, we've barely moved. It's a great range though. It's a pretty big range. This could be the opening range breakout. I definitely wouldn't want to see this completely reversed from here. I'd want to see it tap 634. got a 1 minute candle close below the opening range. Now it looks like we're retesting it. Damn, that would suck if it completely reverses. I want it to go a little bit lower. Damn, that first trade was perfect. I have to remember it's not like last month where the trades play out quick. It's definitely this week is definitely like the trades take longer to play out and you need to let them breathe. That's what I gotta get used to this month for sure. The only thing is once we get down here is VWAP. But I think I'll be paying more attention to how we react at the zone. And honestly, I feel like I'd go for a reversal play. Like in order for me to take short, I need to see it get below the 600s, which could happen if this volume continues. Yeah, I'd only take shorts if it gets below the 600s. So far, we've gotten below the opening range, retested it twice, and rejected it, which is pretty bearish. 3 more minutes for this 5 minute candle. You could even see on the 5 minute as well. 5 minute candle close below the opening range. Next one opens up, retest the opening range, and then rejects it again, which is pretty bearish. But I do want to see how we react down here if we get down here. Imagine I missed the zone. I low-key did this 30 minute. Well, it did tap this 30 minute, but the 30 minute is not that. It's honestly not that good of a zone. So I'm still focused on the 15 minute zone. I mean, we definitely slowed down approaching the zone, which is always a good sign for a reversal. We just haven't really tapped the zone. I mean, we tapped this 30 minute, but okay, there we go. Okay, this is a very aggressive candle. Okay, we're breaking past the zone. Definitely not a good sign for longs or a reversal. Well, the only way I would take shorts is with a retest. There might be no retest now that I think about it. We'll see. Okay. Okay, wow. Still haven't closed below the 600s. Okay, this is the 1 minute candle close below the 600s. It's just weak. It's just a weak 1 minute close. This about to be the last minute of this 5 minute candle. All right, I'm gonna try longs here. Put my stop at the lows. Okay. Let's see if we get above VWAP. All right, in order for this to hit full TP, it does need to get back inside of the opening range. So I am betting for like a pretty bad market, you know, betting for the range. Definitely could break even here at the opening range because we could reject this and go back down. But I do want to see how the 5 minute closes out first. Imagine we just get a Trump candle and then just shorts from here. Yo, this Trump scandal got me scared. All right, we got like 1 more minute for this 5 minute to close. And I do want to see this 5 minute close above the opening range. So we'll see where it pushes to. Okay, it looks like we're gonna close out rejecting the opening range, which is even more bearish. But we are closing above VWAP. So honestly, that's like the only thing. That's the only hope is another bounce off of VWAP or another bounce off of this zone down here. See, making sure Trump doesn't have his phone so you don't tweet nothing. Yo, that would suck. I mean, if he tweets something, hopefully it's good and we pump higher. He's definitely been tweeting a lot recently. Three more minutes for this 15-minute candle. Oh my gosh, is this another Trump move? I'm breaking even. I didn't like that. Okay, that was scary. Did not like that at all. Okay, I don't know what that spike was. Maybe it was just a big order. But what if it's the big order before the Trump move? See, that's why I'm breaking even. All right. Last minute for this 15-minute candle. Right now, it looks like it's going to close below the opening range, which is very bearish. Okay, the last minute flipped green, so that's good. Yeah, still didn't close above the opening range though. But we are closing above VWAP, which is good. Yeah, it's definitely struggling around here to break above this. What time is it? 10:32. Okay, this is around TP. I'm gonna see how this next candle opens up. Okay, nice. TP hit. Okay, wow. Okay, interesting day today. But like I said, Monday, it's range play after range play. That looks like that's the new pattern of the week, pattern of the month. I mean, and then the spikes as well. You get nasty spikes. That spike was scary. Kind of remind me of a Trump move, so I went break even. This short here, honestly, stop should have been kept at the highs, but the thing that I saw was just I saw this aggressive candle here, and I was like, okay, hopefully we get below this 1 minute demand zone that we bounced off from earlier. This tiny 1 minute zone. So once we sold off aggressively into it with this candle here, I was like, okay, now I want to see a continuation. If not, I think we're actually gonna go higher. So I was thinking if we got above these highs, then we can go up to 940. Again, because this area up here is more of like a magnet to me. There's a bunch of stacked supply zones. We've tapped that area so many times. Okay, wow. What the hell is going on? What is this spike here now? See, this is what I'm talking about. What are these spikes? Is something going on? Can someone tell me where she's looking at the Trump info? MarketEdge.ai. My bad. I don't like to look at the chat when I'm trading because it's just like I don't want it to be an excuse for a loss, you know? I don't like blaming others for a loss. I I hate when people do that. Oh, I took a loss because you said to take longs. No, you took a loss because you took longs. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't want to read the chat and be like, "Oh, someone told me to do this, so I did it." No, right? Like I'm trying to show my thinking process, and I feel like reading the chat is a bit distracting. So I don't read it while I trade. You know, I like to have a mind of my own when I trade, even if I make the mistakes. Even if I make the mistakes, I want to have a mind of my own. So I do not read the chat while I trade. That's just that. My bad, my bad. Trump out here playing with us. No, he is. Cause what are these wicks? Is that him or something else? Let me check. Let me check. Truth Social. Like let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay. He did post something 56 seconds ago and 1 minute ago. He did post. And okay, he did post a couple things. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Wow. He did a dump. He did a dump on us. He posted a couple things. What is all this? Okay, this was 5 minutes ago. Yo, I can't make this up. He posted this 5 minutes ago. A Japan trade. Okay, Japan trade reminds me of, I think it was like 2 years ago. I think Japan's market crashed and it caused ours to crash, and that was crazy. That was a crazy market. I mean, I remember seeing 1,000 point 1 minute candlestick. No joke. You can go back. I think it was like 2 years ago on like a March or something. A big news came out with Japan. It was like craziest markets ever. So, I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up. So I do remember that. What else did he post? Trump claims military victory. Trump tells PA truck workers fat drug prices coming down next week. That alone should win midterms. Trump says he's working on national concealed carry legislation. Uh, Again, he posted a couple of things. I'm not even. Is this an AI photo? This is an AI ad. We have AI ads. Trump says he stopped California from rigging the. Can't say that word. I don't know what that means. Don't know how to pronounce it. Race against Steve Hilton. All right, well that explains that explains these crazy wigs. So I guess Trump did TP my TP, you know? Is Alpha Futures down? Is it down? I mean, I don't think it should be. Oh, hold up. No. Mm-mm. Uh, I don't think so. What? I Sorry. It's just like, is Alpha Trader Firm not the same owner as Alpha Futures? Because they just sent an email saying they're not Alpha Futures. But like I'm pretty sure it's the same owner. Anyways, the short that I took, you know, oh my gosh. Honestly, I already knew it was gonna reverse, but I judged it off the 1 minute time frame. That was my mistake. See, because I took the short, so I was expecting a reversal, right? But again, I'm so glued to the 1 minute that I make mistakes on it. Like it's crazy. I'm pretty sure yesterday I made the same 1 minute time frame mistake, and I did it today again. But I mean, that's what I'm here. I'm here to show my mistakes and learn from them. I was saying here, I wanted to see the sell off continue, but we had this aggressive red candle followed after a even more aggressive green candle. So once I saw this candle again, I'm judging it bad based off the 1 minute time frame, which I should not be doing if the market is moving like this. Right? So I was expecting a reversal, but once I judged this 1 minute candle, then I tightened up my stop to this 1 minute wick. And remember, the was at this high at first. If I kept it that way, I mean, I would have hit the first TP, but I tightened it up based off the 1 minute time frame, which usually is fine. But with markets like today, it takes a while for the trades to play out. It just does. Anyways, the short popped up. I thought for a second this 10 a.m. candle would push us up higher, and that would be the breakout to these highs up here. It wasn't. Okay. We we wicked off again from this 5 minute zone. And I remember I was thinking shorts here, but then I was like, no, I hesitated. I missed a short entry here. And then I was like, okay, I might take it up here, if we retest this trend line. That didn't happen. So I just watched it sell off. And that was fine. Right? Because then, like I said, we had this 15-minute demand zone down here. And we have VWAP down there as well. And I even said as well, um, as we sell off aggressively and we approach the zone, you can see the market slowing down, which is a good sign for reversal. Just like up here, we slowed down and then it reversed, right? And then, oh my gosh, and then we had a crazy spike, like a crazy sell off that honestly I could have FOMO'd into. I could have shorted down here and I would have lost, right? But I actually had some sort of a bias of taking a reversal trade instead of a breakout trade. This was a reversal trade, right? With reversals, it's always best to take it when we have price action like this, right? And then again, like I always say, the first 15, 20 minutes is a great sign for trades to take, right? The first 15, 30 minutes was choppy. So I was thinking reversals. Both of the trades that I took were reversals. But yeah, we got down here to this 50% line. Wow, I gotta fix my posture. And we have this nasty 1 minute wick right here. After I saw that, I was like, okay, if we get above this 1 minute wick, I'm taking long. I'm putting my stops at the low. And that's what I did. I let it play out. Now, once we had this crazy wick, I was like, whoa, that happened way too quickly. Something, bro, some shit about to happen. Trump wick about to happen. So I broke even, purely just based off of fear. I didn't really have a reason to break even, but I broke even, and the TP hit, and that was that. And then after the TP hit, we get another crazy wick, and I bet you another crazy wick will happen, whether it's today or tomorrow. And then look at again, another range play, right here, another rejection off of this 5 minute zone and this 15-minute zone, kind of, and then boom, back down to this range. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if it bounces from here. We did bounce off of VWAP, and I did want us to get back up here as well. I did want us to get up to this daily zone, um which is why I was also hesitant in taking the short. Then I was like, I just gotta read what the price is doing. Price is rejecting this area, so I took the short. Did I want to take the short? No, I wanted to take the buy up here. It didn't happen though, so I didn't take it. Instead, I took the buy. I took the buy down here, and that was great. But yeah, range play after range play. I mean, I think this will continue unless something shakes up the markets and then we get crazy volume again. Then I'd be going for more breakouts. But right now, it just looks like range plays. They got kicked off of TV. Alpha Futures is working fine. Yeah, if you weren't on the stream in the beginning, I went over the emails that Tradeovate sent and that Alpha sent. It's funny, I read the Tradeovate email first, and then literally like 2 minutes later, Alpha Future sent on an email responding to Tradeovate. Craziest response I've ever seen from a prop firm. Usually prop firms don't come out with like receipts, you know? But Alpha Futures did. So hey, that's actually a good sign for the company. I did say in the beginning of the stream that, based off of what Tradeovate said, um, it seemed like Alpha Futures, didn't have the money to keep up with Tradeovate. But once they sent their response, it's the complete opposite. They obviously have the money to pay Tradeovate. It just seems like Tradeovate has an issue with making less money, um, because Alpha Future is making their own platform, so they make more money. But yeah, it is interesting. I won't be surprised if if I'm scrolling on Instagram later and I get a Tradeovate a Tradeovate ad, which is funny. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I have a webinar tomorrow. We're gonna go over a lot of things, and we're also gonna go over a giveaway. I'm giving away 10 accounts, 10 Lucid accounts. I actually might be giving away more. I'm not sure. I do have to contact Apex, and if they say yes, then I'll most likely have 10 more accounts to give away. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm also gonna do a live Q&A afterwards. So, yeah, we'll see. Everything's looking good. This week has been fine. I'm pretty sure yesterday it was something more of like I trailed the trade on the 1 minute and that messed me up. Today I kind of did the same thing as well. So, I think for the rest of the week should not make, you know, managing decisions based off of the 1 minute. It's just hard for me because I take entries on the 1 minute time frame. So it's like, damn, like I take entries on the 1 minute, so I stay on the 1 minute. But with these markets, honestly, I shouldn't. I should just take the entry and then let it play out. Like that's been the best thing to do for this week and last week as well. But yeah, no, I like the markets. Even though it's pretty rangy, I think it's pretty easy to not predict, but it's pretty easy to read what it's gonna do if you just read the hints, right? Like the first hint was literally this first price action here. This price action is always a good sign for a reversal trade, not a breakout. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I should be streaming tomorrow. If you're interested in attending the webinar, it's gonna be at 1 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I'm only giving away the accounts to people that are actually live watching. I'm pretty sure it will be recorded, so like you don't want to miss out on it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be recorded and you can access it. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.